Another day, another leadership truth coming to you from the Honda CRV studio. And this week's leadership truth is just breathe. Just breathe. It's the best thing ever. I come across a lot of leaders that I identify with very readily because, like me, they are filled with passion for the work that they do. And often they're also, really passionate about getting their thoughts out about the work that they do. And this behavior, our research partners management research group label it a behavior called restraint. And there are some of you out there that are very high restraint. You hold your cards very close to your chest. It is hard to know exactly what is going on in your mind. And then there are leaders like me that like to live in the 5th percentile of restraint, which is you always know what's going on in my mind, because it's not in my mind, it's coming out of my mouth. And so early on in my career, that was like something that I think I actually used to embrace, because I was always often quite young when I was on leadership teams, and I kind of felt like I could get away with it, being the mouthy one who's always like, why are we doing this? And why aren't we doing that? And, speaking my mind. And I have to say, my bosses, for the most part, loved it. Like on the sly, they would come up to me and ask me what was really going on. But as I got older, and some of you have heard me say this before, once you get over 35, that stuff, that behavior, no longer cute. You can no longer get away with it. And in fact, what MRG's found as they've done the research is that it correlates to being seen as potentially emotionally immature. And certainly for those of you who are interested in moving ahead in your career, a mid-level restraint. So if you think of it as a continuum of 5th percentile being you're coming at everything full force, and 99th percentile being you are impossible to read. What you actually want to be is somewhere in the middle. So readable, authentic, say it like it is, but also know when to shut up so you don't come across as a bit of a loose cannon. So take a breath. It's one of the easiest ways to keep yourself from shooting off at the mouth. Also keeps you in that prefrontal cortex, which is so critical for critical thinking, and allows you just sort of slow down the pace a little bit. So if you're low restraint, practice taking a deep breath. Even if you're high restraint, practice taking a deep breath. It's good for you. We don't breathe enough. Notice how you're breathing right now. Nice and deep, or is it shallow? Anyway, breathing. All right, have a great week, everybody. I will see you next week for another leadership truth. And as always, send them in to me. And if you haven't already, please go to our book website, leadershiptruthsbook.com, and buy my book, which is 10 years of crazy leadership wisdom, tools, tricks, lots of things that you hear here in a little book form. Make a great gift for your team. And for those of you who've been buying it and letting me know how you like it, thanks so much. I really appreciate all the feedback. I'll see everybody next week.